What is going on, everybody? Welcome to another episode of Pickin Corners. This is an episode that's going to be packed with a bunch of information. I told you guys on the videos this week you want to stay tuned and tune into this episode because I have a lot of information and important updates to give to you guys. First, I will say that a couple weeks back I told you the new season of Sniffer Things was going to jack revenue in terms of your pockets and in the videos in general. And we've even exceeded expectations. I bet you this last season of Stranger Things is going to be incredible because me just mentioning this season of Sniffer Things and the revenue that would be thrust upon your lives, so much to the point where some of you say that you now have a car, maybe will foreshadow some actual Stranger Things success. No guarantees on that front because I have very little faith in new TV shows and movies, as you've probably heard if you listen to my long-form comedy podcast. But what I wanted to tell you, I won't really beat around the bush. I'll get to it right away. You probably noticed last week, this week, there was no Thursday Night Football on the Odd Shopper channel. That's because I'm slowly moving off the Odd Shopper channel, and all the content that you used to get there, you're going to get here starting on January 1st. So I'm only going to be on there through New Year, and then all my stuff is going to be here on my YouTube channel. Now, that means a couple of things. Number one, those of you who commented, hey, why don't you do more stuff on here? Why don't you do more on your channel? By the way, I love how you suggest doing that without also saying that, yeah, we know that comes with no money, but we just kind of want you to do that anyway. So, Odd Shopper, you know, they're focusing a little bit more on like the chat rooms and people talking in what do you call that? Not Slack. It's the chat rooms where you're talking to all the guys, and they're really starting to focus more towards that. And for me, I'm about making videos and creating entertaining content. I truly didn't go there to win people money. They brought me on to create relatively entertaining stuff for their social media. And if they're starting to kind of veer towards interacting with all the people who have like the premium in their chat rooms and stuff like that, then I'm just going to still focus on doing my own content. Now, what this means for all of you, it's going to require that I ask more assistance of you guys. I just want to say the people in the Patreon are the only reason I did this show to begin with. This is mostly for them. Anybody who's been a part of the Patreon, you did this or you contributed and I made this show, which you guys seem to be enjoying. But without that, after Roenick bailed on the show, I probably would not have done it. But since there are those people who contribute, then I was able to keep this up and running. But now, since I'm not going to be doing for the videos for the Odd Shopper, I need more people to either join that or contribute. What I'm going to do is I'm still going to have access to Odd Shopper Premium. And after the first, I'm going to have a link down below that if you join Odd Shopper Premium to get those Area 51 Odd Shopper bunker analytics, the one that we're on a 9-bet streak through them. If you subscribe to that, I will get a certain percentage of it. So you can either contribute to me that way, but obviously what would be best is if you join the Patreon. And we have a live chat thread in there where we are talking about the bets on a nightly basis. You get some funny stuff, but obviously you see everybody's tickets and what everybody needs on the night. That's how you could help me the most because, after a certain amount of time, if it doesn't sustain, I'm not going to do this because I have to be making enough to merit doing it. I told the people at Odd Shopper this. I worked for free all throughout my 20s. The free time is over. So if you guys can contribute, it would really be appreciated. And to everybody who's already on the Patreon, remember, you subscribe to a tier, but you can manually put in more. So if you are doing well with the sniffs or you just, Christmas bonuses, if you can contribute, it's greatly appreciated. If you can't, then do everything you can to help grow these videos. How do you do that? You like, you comment, you subscribe, you do everything you can to share them because at least if I grow the channel, then maybe I can get somebody to sponsor the videos and make some of the money. Over the last couple of years, you guys have been saying, you should go on your own, May. Well, that's what I'm doing. So you tell me to do that. I've now gambled that it will pay off. I'm going to need your help on the way. Don't feel like I'm forcing you to, but everything since day one, I've been pretty honest with you guys. Everything from the bets to how I feel about things. We've had some great stretches, then a couple not so great stretches. But, you know, I stand by you along the way. Most of the people on the Patreon, if you want to comment and let everybody know how I do on there, I don't screw people. I put my bets the night before. I can update them the day of. I answer questions. So if you want to engage with me, don't be an orc, but if you want to engage with me like a regular human being, you subscribe there. I'll put the link down below. It will always be available for you. And if there's months you're doing better than others, then join those months and then unjoin, and then you can rejoin. But it is crucial for me to up that, because I'm no longer going to be doing videos for OddsShopper. And if you want to catch the football videos, they're going to be here. I'm going to do the Sunday picks here, Monday and Thursday picks. I'll do quicker videos that I will post to the Patreon. So you will get bonus stuff on the Patreon, the Monday Night Football video, the Thursday Night Football video, some of the playoff games. So there will be benefits if you want to join, or if you just like to commend me for a good job. Okay, so that is all the news I have to report on that front. There will be none of my videos on the OddsShopper channel after January 1st, but I will at least, you know, I'll be checking in with them, because I'm still going to have access to their stuff, and then they're going to give me a link if you guys want to subscribe to OddsShopper Premium, and then I'll get a cut for any that you join. So at least you know, all right, well, if I do join that, I do get the bunker analytics, and Andy is benefiting from it. So I would appreciate anything that you guys can do. It's the perfect time to ask. It's sniffing. Merry Sniffmas to all, and to all a good sniff. So many of you are here for this weekend's picks, but I do want to touch base, because with hockey, like no other sport, every single site, as I've told you, comes with many different bets. Many of the bets that I've been giving out on the channel have been these Bet Rivers bets, which also are available on Bally Bet, because they use the same system. We learned that some states have these DraftKings same game parlays that allow you to add player points and player shots on goals. Some don't, depending on the state. And somebody wackily asked me what VPN I use. Never use VPN to make bets, because that's the quickest way to get banned. I had the guy who's doing this with me behind the ones and twos right now pull up DraftKings Sportsbook where he's from, and then that, or where he's logged in, and that's why you can see those options. If you log in with VPN, you're screwed. They will ban you for life, and you'll be on the blacklist. Don't ever use VPN, because they're not stupid. Think about if you were on the board of people there and you were preventing people from illegally using VPNs to make bets. What would you do? You'd say, all right, if I was somebody in one of these other states, number one, I would download a VPN and try to log in from that state and try to make a bet. They know you're trying to do that. Don't ever do that. It's another reason you'll never have a car if you go that route. Then next, the Bet Rivers videos on the bets that I give out on the channel. The night before, I mentioned this in some of the videos, the bets that I give out on Bet Rivers aren't there because the player points aren't available on the site yet. They update the altered player points, like the 1, 2, 3 point combos. They update that the next day. So I give out the pick on the channel, but you actually can't see the odds because they're not available yet by the time I make them. So just to show you guys, this would apply on Bet Rivers and Bally Bet and Sugar House. That's a wild name for one. But let's show you guys that Zibanejad bet that I was talking about on the channel earlier today. I said, this game, you know, that's just a hefty price for the Rangers. We did learn that Gibson's not going to be starting in net, I believe, and also that many of their top players aren't returning. It was thought that potentially Zegras and McTavish and a couple of the guys may have come back. They're not coming back, so you probably feel a little bit better about the Rangers. But still, the pick that I gave out was taking the Rangers on the money line. What you would do is go to same game parlay, that second tab, and you would take the New York Rangers, and you would scroll down to player points, and then you would go down to player to score at least 2 points. And this is what differs a couple of these sites, including Ballybet and Bet Rivers. And then we'll do 2 for Mika Zibanejad at plus 225. And then if we check that bet slip on the bottom right, now you'll see the price that you're getting the Rangers at, hardly even bumping up that Rangers price. Now, if you minimize that, let's see if you go up to the top and remove the Rangers by the money line. If you go down to game regular time and you choose the Rangers, I don't think they let you combine these. I think this spits out an error. Let me see. Oh, no. Gives you plus 295. A little bit better. A little bit better if you like the Rangers on this night. I know you're tempted to take the minus 1.5, but don't be greedy. You see what happens if you're greedy on many different occasions. So these are the types of bets that I give out on the channel. They just aren't available. Like if you click bet slip one more time on the bottom right, that bet slip, I can't show this when I come out with the videos because this isn't available to be clicked on the night before. So just so you know how I constructed the bet that I gave out on the video, that's it right there. That's how I would have done it. Also, one thing that I'm going to do it once a week until you guys get the hang of it. That would be the double under point prop combos when you think a team isn't going to score much. If we do think that the New York Rangers are going to win and they're going to keep Anaheim mostly off the score sheet because they're missing many of their players and they're on the road, then this is what we've been showing you on Hard Rock. It's available Bet365, a few other sports books. So now if we could flip to Hard Rock Sportsbook, I'm going to do this once again because I want to make sure that you guys aren't confused. Some of your tickets you send me so proud, and I just want to be like, you're showing me the thing that I haven't tried to teach you, which is you take the team you believe is going to win or an under, depending on which one you want. This game, we don't know. What if the Rangers score a whole bunch of goals and it goes over? But if we take the Rangers to win this game, and then we go down to the player point props, so it would be points right there. And now we're going to go to those line combos on dailyfaceoff.com is the website that will show you mostly the updated combos. So we've talked about this one before. Now I got to check can you check the what's available on Hard Rock? Just got to see the players that are available. So Killorn was on the top line, Vetrano second line. Oh, I actually need to see the Ducks power plays. Okay, yes. So Strome, Henriques. Oh, there you go. Strome and Vetrano, 2 second line players on the second power play. However, I'm going to go with Killorn just because you know that name. I'm going to go with the top line in this case. If you were, don't click that, but if you were sticking with the classic strategy, we would go Vetrano and Strome. Yeah, we'll stick with that. And that's a way, you know, the Rangers are such big favorites. We're not getting a fantastic price on this. If you could uncheck those 2 players and now give me Killorn and show me the line combos again. Up top. Yeah, the top line. So Killorn, Carlson, Terry. I figured, I mean, I am scared to bet against Terry because he's really good. So go back to the Hard Rock. Oh. And I'm just a guy full screen right now. Anyway, I could tell you without seeing what's there. If you were to go with Killorn and Troy Terry, which is unfortunate, right? Who is the center on that line again? I already forgot. Oh, yes, Leo Carlson. So that's what we'll do. I want to avoid. And that's a little bit better than the last one, plus 220. So just to reiterate, the 38th time on nights where you think a team isn't going to score many. I'm not even saying this is one of those games, but on a night where you think a team is going to have trouble scoring, like Chicago and Seattle last night, you would take 2 second-line players, the unders on them, with the other team to win. And if you think the other team can't score either, then you can do the under 6.5 with 2 player prop point unders. Now there's an alteration to this brought to my attention by one of the good sniffers out there, and this is actually great. So now we got a new sports book coming into town, and that's the ESPN Bet. So ESPN Bet offers something that none of these other ones offer. And that is you can add under on goals, which goal, you guys know I never give out goal bets because they're incredibly hard to predict. Mikko Rantanen, right? 50 goal scorer last year. He scored in his last 2. Before that, it was like 8 or 9 straight games without a goal. Imagine that. Imagine you're taking Rantanen, and this is why I'm so sick with those DraftKings Sportsbook same-game parlays in the States that are keeping it the old way. The best they let you do is choose a goal scorer as they're laughing and high-fiving, realizing how hard it is to predict that. But here on ESPN Bet, which is like the relatively new one that took over for Barstool, you can actually, like if you want to take the Rangers minus 320 or something like that and go down, look at this. You can take the under on goals. Like, that's pretty crazy. If you go down, my guess is that they won't let you combine more than one. But where's my guy Strome or my guy Killorn? Who's got the better price? Click them both if you can. What, do they remove him? They know I'm going. No, there he is. Jesus, -3. That is fantastic. That is fantastic that you can add for only -365. Guys, scoring a goal is not easy in the NHL. So if you pick your spots here, this could be a great way to juice a line. And kudos. I forgot. It's one of the Patreon guys. This is why the Patreon is good, because we relay little tidbits. And when people start getting on the right wavelength, we can really start screwing all these places together. So that is a great thing that I'll keep my eye on. But as a guy who doesn't have access to ESPN Bet, it's going to be tough for me to really take advantage. I want to know if there are people who actually move to states just to snake some of these offerings that aren't available on other sportsbook in those states. Man, New Jersey has all of them. New Jersey has all these things. I saw some Jersey fans ripping on the island the other day, and then I saw people from the island saying back, "Are you really a person from New Jersey ripping on any place in this country?" Well, I would just hold up all the sportsbook I can use and say, "Yeah, keep talking." So that is a great new feature that you guys can use when it comes to trying to juice lines that are absolutely disgusting. I know I vowed to you guys not to give too many big minuses. You know, I know most of you are pirates. I think it's without a doubt now that the majority of people on all of these videos are pirates. And I don't mind catering to the pirates. I'll remind you every once in a while, probably not the smartest thing to be if you're looking for long-term sustained success. But I'd argue that most of you people are looking for a good time, because when you have these pirate parlays, it elicits a level of early night excitement that eventually just fizzles out. But that belief that it was possible at one point is why you guys are actually pirates in the first place. Like when you see that girl at the end of the bar and you live in that period where you think you might have a chance because she accepted a drink from you. I know she's leaving after a little bit, but there is that time where you think maybe, just maybe, and every once in a while, a pirate finds his pay. All right, now let's head to that slate for the weekend. Everybody's sniffing for the weekend. All right, we're going to start with little Devils Blue Jackets. Jesus. Not that bad of a line on the Devils, and since I'm seeing it here on this Blue Bet Rivers, Columbus showed they could be up 5 goals, and a team could actually come back on them. If there's a team that could come back on them like Toronto, it would be a team like the Devils. Devils weaseled a few wins here. I mean, they came in very different fashion, but they came against quality opponents. They went into Vancouver, blew a 3-goal third period lead, ended up winning by 1 against the Vancouver Canucks, and then came home and they beat, albeit a shorthanded Boston team. They found a way to get that win in overtime. That's 2 good wins in a row, playing with some confidence. The Blue Jackets are a real ruckus team. They're all over the place. They just lost Line A again. They put him on IR, so he's not going to be playing. This could be one where you can do the same Zibanejad type of thing. You can do Devils and 2 points from... You can't take Hughes because it's not going to give you a great price, but you can take one of these other players, or you can go full ruckus style on a game like this. Over 6.5, Goudreau, 2 points, 1 point for one of the guys on the Devils, or vice versa. You can do 2 points by themselves from guys on each team. This is if you want to start your day like a pirate, a PM pirate, a 1 p.m. pirate. Next up, we got... and I have not looked whatsoever. Rangers, Bruins. Bruins are going to play tonight against the Islanders and then get right back on the ice tomorrow against the Rangers. Still won't have their top defenseman, still won't have their top center. Rangers are also playing tonight. See how that Ranger game goes and this Bruin game goes before determining what happens tomorrow, because you're going to be getting the opposite goalies who are playing tonight. So see, I mean, I know this has been very weird so far this year with the quick Shesterkin thing, but know who's going to be playing out there for both of those teams. You would think that Boston, minus their top defenseman and top center, that's a pretty big disadvantage going into that game tomorrow night. Avalanche, Jets. Jets have been playing very well. They lost Kyle Connor, and then they lost that first game that they played without him, and then they had that extremely impressive win against the Kings. I love how the Avalanche play up there in Western Canada, whether it's Calgary, whether it's Winnipeg. I remember countless situations and games last year where they went in there and they just ran amok, scoring goal after goal after goal after goal. I know it's, some teams play well in certain buildings. I don't know why. The Colorado plays great up there. I would lean towards Colorado. You can obviously make the argument that the Jets can win. Islanders, Canadians. See how the Islanders game goes tonight, but playing at home and then having to travel to Montreal. If the Islanders win tonight, I mean, that looks like a letdown spot the same way that Toronto had that letdown spot after beating the Rangers. So that could be an absolute trap game. Flyers, Red Wings. Flyers won't have Carter Hart again. This is a good spot for Detroit, but in my opinion, these are the two don't have my car teams. There are teams that have their cars, teams who don't, and teams who have leased them. Detroit's leased their car. Both of these teams have leased their cars. Yes, they're in the middle territory. I watched the Flyers last night. Not impressed with their gameplay whatsoever. It's hard to know when the hardworking, disciplined Flyers are really going to come out there. They did not look great at all against Washington. Without Carter Hart, the door's open there for Detroit to win that one. Pittsburgh, Toronto. Do your favorite ruckus combo in that game. Dallas Blues, if you follow the philosophy, Dallas playing tonight, have to go to St. Louis tomorrow. St. Louis fired their coach. They got the free win. Can they get the free second win? I gotta look up the stats about if you get 1 free win, 2 free wins. When do the free wins stop when you fire your coach? Because they got 1. Dallas playing tonight against Ottawa. Let's see how that one goes and see which goalie is starting for Dallas. Because if Ottinger's starting tonight and then they're going on the road, it's always scary to take the Blues. But I wouldn't want to bet on Dallas unless they lose tonight and really push tomorrow. Capitals, Predators, those are 2 under teams to me. I would bump that up 6.5, take the under. Potential ruckus. You got Sabres. You got 2 teams who are both playing tonight and they're playing again tomorrow. The only difference is Arizona doesn't have to travel or anything like that. Let's see how this Sabres get. Watch the Sabres go into Vegas and somehow beat the Knights in overtime, then go on into Arizona and get killed or something like that. Next, Florida, Panthers. Panthers, Oilers. You want to say, I know you're looking and you're saying, oh, ruckus there. I think Florida just got shut out in back-to-back games, and you can't run the risk that they'll lose this one 5-1, but you took the over. So I don't know. Oilers lost that last one, and Florida is absolutely good enough, especially after back-to-back losses. I told you that Tampa one was a trap game last game to bet on Edmonton. This one is also a trap game because you're going to see I'll borderline guarantee you'll see a very good game from the Florida Panthers. And when teams are desperate and they get shut out twice in a row, what do? Shoot more often than they normally would. Look for some over on shots on goal player props. Kings, Kraken have been playing pretty well. They got back-to-back wins, and they have some confidence. So first thought is bump it up under 6.5. But if the under 6 is -124, then the under 6.5 is going to be a pretty penny. Don't really, wouldn't really mess with that. Kings have lost 3 in a row. I don't like to be the guy who's predicting a team's first win while they're on a losing streak and also on the road against a team who's just won 2 in a row. Lightning Flames, I think this is another one that the Lightning power play can make the difference. I'm leaning towards Lightning in that one. Flames are a real weird team. I mean, they are real lingerers. They're lingering around all these games. They lingered around that Avalanche game, ended up losing, lingered around that Vegas game, ended up losing, and lingered around that game against, who did they play last night? I forgot, but it was a shootout loss against Minnesota. Just lingering all over the place with them. Should we take the Lightning at +1.5 if this is a constant state of 1 goal lingering with them? I don't know, but that looks like we got all the picks on Saturday. If you want all the picks that I end up making and give out to the Patreon, subscribe there. And that's where you'll see my full allotment of picks, and you can join the chat, and your memberships will become borderline necessary come January. And they're also greatly appreciated, all right? Good luck to you. Better luck to me. I'll be back with you guys tomorrow for the Sunday football bets. Yes, the Sunday football bets will be here and not on the Odd Shopper channel. So if you want to hunt down people who are like, where's Andy's bets? Let them know they're on my YouTube page. It's why I told so many people in the videos to head over here and subscribe. I'm going to try to take this under my own wing and see what we can do with it. If the other videos I posted on YouTube before these videos start are any indication, it's going to be over rather quickly, but we will see. You guys can make the difference. Make sure you share the show with as many people as possible. Greatly appreciated. I will talk to you guys soon. Take it easy. Have a good one.